Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is game number 2 between Tester and OgS.TheWind in the G-Star All-Star Tournament for 3rd place. And I did actually check the games beforehand just to see I checked some of the reviews, and they said that this was a best of 3. So this is a best of 3, which I think is a little bit low for a 3rd place battle. I'm hoping at least the final will be best of 5, but if not, whatever it is, I'm still thrilled to be casting this game. Once again, OgS.TheWind versus Tester. If you guys haven't seen that last game between these two players, definitely check it out. Tester was thwarted. I was talking so much about how Tester can withstand the test of everything. He can hold off aggression, but I guess he was not well enough versed in holding off the good old Nidus. And OgS.TheWind, excuse me, not the STC, that's his teammate. OgS.TheWind was able to take that game very convincing fashion, and I really like how he used his drones. He actually, once again, I just want to reiterate, he pulled all his drones from his main to his natural to feign the Protoss player into making him think that he was going for a mass eco build when that was not the case. And then the Protoss was just never really prepared. Tester thought that it was going to be a standard game from the Zerg until he saw the Nidus in his base, and that's all she wrote. Now, I do want to say that Tester's strategy to go for the Forge first into the mass Stargate is a very effective strategy against Zerg. I've been having a lot of problems with that on ladder myself when Protoss players go for the early expo, especially on maps like Lost Temple where there's a very close off choke where the Protoss players can just throw up a couple cannons and buildings and completely wall off. That's something that Tester can do, but on Metalopolis it will be a little bit more difficult. I don't think we're going to see an early expo from Tester, simply because the region is just too large for a Protoss player to enclose off and then try to get cannons up. It's just too difficult to deal with Zerglings, so I don't think we're going to see that from Tester. Now, I do want to say that Tester's probe harass here has been quite effective. The hatchery has still been delayed. I've been talking this entire time, but I'm sure you guys have been watching as I've been watching. This hatchery finally gets to go up. That was the most delayed hatchery of all time. That took longer than Duke Nukem Forever. So finally the hatchery goes up, and it looks like the probe will finally get chased away. Do note that all good Protoss players will always use that probe to harass and pull it away when that shield starts to deplete, and then they'll let the shields regenerate and then bring it back to harassment mode. So very good play so far from Tester, good probe harass. OgS.TheWind's hatchery now significantly delayed. Around this time, around 4 minutes, the hatchery gets near to finish, but this hatchery is still only halfway complete. So Tester already with a good advantage going into this game. He has 5 more harvesters. It looks like the Zergling will make its way up. Oh wow, the probe there for some, I don't know how it did it. It just kind of, it hopped between the legs of the Zealot. Actually, the way to do that, guys, if you guys were curious, is all you have to do is right click a mineral patch, and then workers get no clip. If you guys play Counter-Strike, you guys know what that means. Basically means it can phase through everything. It's a very effective way to move your workers around your units if your units are blocking things around. So it looks like Tester finally feels like he's going to move out. I do want to say that it looks like, ooh, Tester's going for a 4-gate here. I was looking at these buildings, I never had a chance to click them, but it is indeed a 4-gate from Tester. Now, does OgS.TheWind, does he see it? No, he does not. His overlords are positioned over here, so he's not going to move his overlords in, and it's going to be too late. The traditional timing for a good 4-gate attack at perfect timing is around 6 minutes, and as you guys can see on the in-game timer, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. It's about to hit 6 minutes. As soon as it hits 6 minutes, we are going to be seeing units warped in. And so if you guys are a Zerg player, use the game timer when you're playing against Protoss, and remember that at 6 minutes a 4-gate is possible. Now, OgS.TheWind obviously now realizes the danger in his face. He has a couple of speedlings, but good micro from Tester keeps the Stalker alive. And right now, OgS.TheWind needs some more Zerglings. He needs Spine Crawlers. He doesn't have enough. He's got 16 Zerglings on the way. If he can hold off, he may be able to hold off these Stalkers and these 2 Zealots, but it's going to be very difficult with Tester able to warp in more reinforcements from this pylon. I think that OgS.TheWind could be in a lot of trouble. 14 Zerglings, 12 Zerglings, all morphing out right now. Oh, it's going to be very close. Watch Tester. He's going to be warping in 3 more Zealots. There we go. 4 more Zealots. Where's the 4th? Doesn't really matter. It looks like OgS.TheWind there, his Zergling forces just got annihilated. And it looks like Tester here with good old Protoss aggression, good old Protoss ball action. The Ball of Doom, as a lot of players online now call it, the good old Protoss Ball of Death, is going to win this game. Although this isn't really the true Protoss Ball of Death. The true Protoss Ball of Death is Max Void Ray's Mass Colossus. But I think this is going to be GG. Drones are now fighting, and it is going to be 1-1 as we go into game number 3. A couple more Zerglings here. One last hope for OgS.TheWind, but it will not be enough. Do note there's 3 Zealots currently pounding this hatchery into submission. I think the Stalkers will get taken out, but at what cost? How many drones still in the game for OgS.TheWind? He's got 1 drone left, and there goes the good old Korean GG. So Tester wins game number 2. Thanks guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, and we are going to move on to game number 3, and of course the grand finals coming up soon. HD, much love, signing out.